Hello everyone, my name is Brian Minnick and I'm your Madison Township trustee here with another video of our Township Times. Today I'm going to give you an update on the legislation that I spoke about in previous videos, as well as touch on the proposed Allen County Fire Protection and EMS District. But first, let's talk about the legislation. Back in February, Governor Braun signed into law Senate Enrolled Act 270. This legislation impacts all 1,008 townships in the state of Indiana and grades them on specific criteria to determine effectiveness. Townships that don't grade very well may be required to merge with other townships. Now, township trustees and advisory boards are the frontline officials to help provide services to residents of the township, specifically township assistants to help those in need. The goal of township assistance is often to prevent homelessness and help residents during difficult times. When someone in the community needs help, they often turn to their local township trustee, who is also someone who lives nearby and understands local needs. Under the law, the Indiana Department of Local Government and Finance must compile data on every township by December 31st and assign points based on performance. Points are based on factors such as whether townships provide fire services, if they're compliant with state budgeting and financial reporting rules, whether there have been any candidates on the ballot in past elections, and whether the township provided poor relief to residents in 2023 and 2024. Townships that receive 4 points or more may be required to merge. If mergers occur, that transition would take place over the next couple of years, with changes being finalized no later than January 1st of 2029. Township trustee and advisory board elections will still take place this year, and current governments will continue operating during the transition period. Based on the current scoring practices, Madison Township only has 1 point because of the amount of township assistance applications that have come in over the last couple of years. Township officials will continue monitoring the legislation and will provide any updates when we know more about the impact it has on the rest of the townships in the state. Now, moving on to the proposed Allen County Fire Protection and EMS District. In the month of March, we had multiple hearings in the southeast part of Allen County to share information and hear directly from residents about this proposal. The goal of the district is to address some real challenges we're facing right now, like declining volunteer firefighter and EMT numbers, rising costs, and increasing demand for emergency services. The idea behind the district is to create a more reliable and sustainable system that includes improving response times, ensuring consistent staffing, and enhancing safety for both residents and first responders, while still keeping local input and representation. I also want to provide shared personal perspective. I've been a volunteer firefighter for 30 years for Hoagland, and I've seen firsthand the value of our volunteer fire and EMS department. I've been there on calls where neighbors showed up to help neighbors in their time of need, and that's something that makes our community special. That sense of commitment, trust, and service is something you can't easily replace. Because of that experience, I strongly support and encourage the development of a clear and robust roadmap that defines the role of volunteers in this new structure. Volunteers are a critical part of our emergency response system, and their future role needs to be clearly understood under the new district. A big part of the conversation has been about staffing. The plan would combine paid personnel with continued volunteer support, which remains essential. There are also ongoing discussions about how to retain and support our volunteers within federal guidelines. On the financial side, a proposed tax rate has been discussed, and we understand that cost is a concern, especially for those on fixed incomes and in agriculture. Tools are being developed to help residents better understand what this could mean for them individually, and I will share that information as soon as it becomes available. Importantly, no final decisions have been made, no contracts have been signed, and this proposal is still under review. The Township Board will continue gathering feedback and evaluate options. The key takeaway is this: we're working to ensure that our community has reliable, high-quality emergency services not just for today, but also for the future, while also preserving the values that have always made our fire service strong in our community. We'll continue to keep you informed as this process moves forward. Thank you for your engagement and being part of the conversation.